Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Tez coming back at you with another Eden Zero breakdown, discussion, review, whatever you would like to call this, entitled Handprints. Now, on the first page, we see our boy Wise there in what looks like some old Western saloon, and you can see a hotel across the way, but he got that thing on him. He always keeps that thing on him. Like, Wise is, you know, he's about that. He wakes up with violence. He said it. When he's outside the suit, anything goes. When he's in the suit, it's hero mode. But that aside, getting back to the first chapter, it's the conclusion pretty much of the wrap up between him and Nasei. Still, they're looking amazing in his overdrive mode, and Nasei's like, oh, he can overdrive. Yeah, I didn't sign up for this, and he basically makes a tactical retreat. But while that's happening, Wise's overdrive pretty much runs out, and he was like, this power uses up even more than the ether than Arsenal, because everything he does is powered by his ether gear, or sorry, it's powered by his ether. And he was like, chasing him isn't a priority, so that's good that he's running. But while Nasei is getting away, you actually can see that the Ocean 6 all have a group chat. Now he's trying to communicate with the rest of the team saying, yo guys, this is bad, and Lyra's like, don't worry about it, I'm sorry, I'm about to start my show. And he's like, no, this guy can OD, he can overdrive. So we're gonna start saying that they can go OD, go overdrive all the time. But our girl from the mirror world, she was like, I know, that's how they got me. And I can't think of old buddy's name. He just sends this weird happy smiley face, and Nasei's there like really pissed off, like, what does that stupid adorable sticker mean? And when is Callum gonna learn how to use Callum, there we go, that's his name, Callum. Now we get back over to where Lyra and Rebecca are in this dome, and it really looks nice. It's an aquatic type dome, but she's like, oh, so it's a card game, are all these people watching you? She's like, yeah, but there's nothing, it's just a card game. Now in Lost Card, every time you lose, a piece of your clothing gets lost, which Rebecca's gonna be shocked. The crowd full of very big horny energy guys, and they're like, oh, this is gonna be great, show us the birthday suits, all that jazz. And Rebecca's kind of not digging this type of game, but Lyra basically lets her know that if you decide not to, there's basically a bomb around your neck. The collar, pretty much that fish collar, is a bomb. So even if you don't want to play, then the show ends, you just bang. And she's like, this is so messed up. But she remembers she has her ether gear, so she can pretty much rewind 90 seconds. Now, Rebecca can only do this 2 times before she uses up all her ether. And I'm wondering when she'll start really having a bigger pool of ether to use. Or like I said, I want them to explain how one expands their ether, how one actually begins to grow it and eventually achieve OD. So she accepts the challenge. Of course, that's what she's gonna do. The guys in the crowd are just going wild, and she's like, I didn't think you were gutsy, but she has one question first. If she gets a win, does that mean Lyra loses clothes? Lyra's like, yeah, I have to make it fair. And the crowd's basically like, yo, it doesn't matter who wins or loses, we're gonna enjoy the show regardless. It's the best show all around. And she's like, yo, these guys are the worst. But that's when Lyra chimes in and gives her this last budding bit of information. After losing a bit of stripped clothing and you're totally naked, from that point on, you'll lose a body part. And Rebecca flashes back to the 30 world Rebecca who woke up, to whose body she woke up in with just the robotic legs, and she begins to shake. Now, could this have been the reason as to why she lost her legs? Or who knows? We don't know, but there was, like I said, last chapter, there was that ominous thing with Lyra looking at her legs saying, what nice legs, or kind of eyeing her legs. So maybe this could have been the future where she lost her legs, but who's to say? So then Shiki comes crashing in out of nowhere, and the dudes are like, huh, what's going on? He's pretty much filling her in on everything and wondering why she's dressed like that. But basically he had told her he had left from the underground tunnels and saw her on the TV. So he was like, yeah, they kidnapped Witch, and I think she's where the All-Link is. Lyra not being too ecstatic about that. She's like, excuse me, how could you interrupt my show? And the dudes in the crowd just booing, and he's like, shut up, let's go, Rebecca. And she forgets there's a bomb tied to her neck, and she's like, get back. He's like, whoa. He's like, as long as you have that bomb around your neck, your only choice is to obey me. And Shiki's kind of like, that's low. That's a low dirtball type of move. And then you see this hand kind of in his face, and like, yo, a handprint. And then that's when our boy Callum comes out of nowhere. Now, it's creepy as hell very creepy, the fact that you can see this handprint on his face. And then she's like, Callum, you made it. His gear pattern though, let's note, Callum's gear pattern is pretty dope. I do actually like it. It's different. It looks more like his pattern looks more like Norse you know, symbols, runes, tribes, rather than everyone else's, who looks more futuristic and weirdly askew. And even Shiki's wondering where he came from, and then he's like, you know, don't worry about it, I'll handle this, as they plummet through the ground. And they're like, he turned into fog. He's like, so you're the one who has powers like Shura. And that's when they introduce him, Imperial Ocean Forces, Ocean 6, Callum. And they get back to Rebecca and Lyra. It's like, all right, so let's get started with this game, kid. And she's like, but I'm a bunny girl. Now, back out into space, there's still all the stuff going on. So we get this shot of the Imperial Megalodon class mammoth battleship. And they were like, yo, that white ship, how can one starfighter basically take out so many of ours? And we remember that is Justice doing what Justice does, you know, linked up with his ship using his ether gear at the exact same time. And they were like, yo, he's one of the Interstellar 6, Justice, you know, the judge. And basically he's running through you boys. Now he's communicating with Eraser saying, I noticed an unidentified signature in our friendly signal. He's like, yeah, they're the rebel army. Have you heard of them? This is coming from Eraser. He's like, I can't believe we're working with a civilian organization. He's like, never mind that. Look at those enemy ships. When is Jaguar getting here? But Justice lets him know the captain had other matters to attend to. And he's like, you're kidding. What's more important than the fate of Io Cosmos? He's like, what he's doing is to help the Io Cosmos. So we might get to see Jaguar. He might be showing up somewhere else down the line, or he might just come way later, or like after everything's done. He might be doing something in a not so distant galaxy that plays a role into what's happening right now, unless he's somewhere near the All-Link. Now, with that being said, we finally get back to we get back to Hamura as she's come out of the mirror world, and she's like, it appears that she's escaped, which she did, and she's like, she has to find the others. Now, someone's pulling up behind her saying, oh, you there, Freeze, and he's like, oh, it's our boy, Creed, reunited with his lady. Well, his unofficial lady, but the lady he has a crush on. And she's like, oh, you're, you know, from the Interstellar Union Army. She's like, oh, the forgettable man in glasses. Oops, she spoke out loud. He's like, the name's Creed. Now, and that's pretty much where chapter 151 ends. Not too much crazy going on. We do get to finally see another good battle. It's gonna be interesting to see how Shiki takes on someone who has fog, or basically the best way to put this would be like a Paramecia versus a Logia type, if you understand the reference in One Piece. That's kind of how it looks, like something physical versus something inanimate, and I don't think they have a way to do that unless Shiki learned some deeper level of gravity like that Zeno did on him, where he made the wounds lighter and healed him. So hey, who knows? But as always, guys, thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Gravity punch the notification bell, make sure you got everything turned on, and I will catch you guys later. Like I said, this will probably be the most current thing I got. I'll try and get you other stuff, as I will be having a surgery this Thursday. So y'all be good, be blessed, peace.